What up, y'all? It's your boy Juggalo972 here, and I am here with a special segment called Ask Juggalo972. Boom. Anyway, I mainly did this because I wanted to promote dialogue amongst my subscribers as well too. For each one of y'all that have been asking me questions and don't want to get to know me just a little bit better though. So I have made this platform for each and every one of y'all out there who are curious. So how about we get into it though, and let me answer your questions. Now, Ape TV asked me a few of them actually though, which I thought were pretty cool. He said, he asked me, he goes, "Hey, word up to Mister 2244. I'm an inspiring jackass to friend. As for the Q&A thing, I hope I'm not too late. Question: How did you get to where you are now, like work-wise, hobbies? Also, who are your wrestling influences? What has been your worst wrestling injury? And how do fucking magnets work?" Okay, I've actually got this written down here. I speaking of your first question, I went to college at ITT Tech, and I got an associate's degree in computer drafting and design from like I said, ITT Tech Institute. Um, my hobbies include video gaming, writing, dating. I've kind of become a bit of a sushi connoisseur as well too, so food. Let's see. I love barbecue. I actually make my own fajitas as well too, family recipe. Let's see. Too much more to name, honestly. Now, my biggest wrestling influences, I was a big Hulkamaniac growing up. The first match I ever watched was the 1991 Survivor Series against The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan that featured Ric Flair, and The Undertaker winning the WWE Championship. Let's see. I'm a big Brian Danielson fan, aka Daniel Bryan, because he also trained here in San Antonio, South Texas, at Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy, which now is ran by Rudy Boy Gonzalez, and that is called TWA, Texas Wrestling Academy. A lot of great guys and girls have come through there. Paul London, Brian Kendrick, Masada. If you've seen him, he's worked Ring of Honor and done tours in Japan. Not to mention, he's also very well known in CCW. Let's see who else. Steve Austin, both the ECW and WWE. Steve Austin. Let's see, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, another fellow Texan as well, and Kevin Nash. Now, how do magnets work? It's real simple. Magnets work because it has a magnetic field that attracts other metal objects like steel, carbon, I think what it is, steel, iron, nickel, and many other metals that go to it though. Think of it as a north pole. The two north poles attract one another, and the south poles repel one another. So, as far as how do fucking magnets work, I really wouldn't know, quite frankly, because I wouldn't want to put my dick to a magnet, and if I were to put my dick to a magnet, it's probably going to be cold, and that's not going to feel too good. Now, going to my wrestling injury, my wrestling injuries, I haven't had very many wrestling injuries. I've had maybe a couple minor bruises or bumps though, but the most injuries that I've had in wrestling, because I actually try to take care of myself whenever I work. I haven't had any serious injuries in wrestling, but I've had a strained Achilles tendon and a minor concussion. But I've had worse injuries than I ever had. Um, let's see, the worst injuries I've actually had actually happened in football whenever I was in playing high school and in middle school as well too. My first concussion was a grade 2, playing 7th grade. After slipping in some mud and going head to head, helmet wise, it was bad. It was a grade 2 concussion. I've had a hairline fracture on my left patella. I've had a minor ACL tear. I've had bruised ribs my freshman year in high school. Let's see. And I've had a minor quad tear in 9th grade that actually required little to no surgery. Actually, it didn't require any surgery, but it put me out for about 11 months. That was pretty big though, because what sucked so bad though was the fact that I had an opportunity to actually make a varsity first string as a defensive end. But what sucked about it though is like I got the injury from stepping in a pothole of all things. But let's see. Yeah, that's basically my worst injuries though. I really haven't had very many injuries in wrestling. The second question from Jack Ripper. I'm a bit late. Oops. I'll ask just in case. What is your favorite RPG on any console and PC? That's gonna be tough though because I love playing a lot of RPGs. My favorite RPGs, I've actually got a few. The Final Fantasy series. I've been in love with the Final Fantasy series ever since I was a kid. Um, it's my all-time favorite, right? It's always been my all-time favorite though. But as of late going up to 12, I really haven't really enjoyed it. But 14 was the last one that I played, and I really loved playing the online version, including like what I did with 11. But let's see. I loved Final Fantasy though because I grew up on it since I first rented it at Blockbuster. I was 3 years old, and my parents were actually teaching me to read, and I played Final Fantasy sometime after my third birthday, and my parents helped me read through the dialogue. It made no sense to me as a kid though, but it actually helped me get a learn a grand vocabulary, if you will. But yeah, I gotta give a big thanks to Final Fantasy and my parents to help me read. The Breath of Fire series is really good too. I actually own the original Breath of Fire on the Super Nintendo. I've got Breath of Fire 2 on the Wii U Virtual Console. It's really hard. It was really hard to find the cartridge case on the Super Nintendo. I have Breath of Fire 3 on the PS1 though, and that game is probably the best out of the series though. So that was really cool. Not to mention the fact that I like the Breath of Fire series though because I love dragons. Dragons kick ass. Let's see. Other RPGs that I play, I enjoy Tales of Destiny on the PS1, Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo. I actually plan on playing through Super Mario RPG right now. Oh, and speaking of Final Fantasy, by the way, I'm currently playing through Final Fantasy VI Advance via Retron 5, on the Retron 5 right now, on Twitch. And I've been playing through it for a couple days now. I've been doing random streams as well, so keep in touch with Juggalo972 Plays. Also, I like Arc the Lad Collection, Lunar 2 Eternal Blue, which I got in 8th grade on my birthday, and Legend of Dragoon. Yeah. The next question comes from Kirsten PB, and she asked, has there ever been a game that really hit you in the feelings? Like, was extremely upsetting, made you ecstatic, or in other words, just extremely relatable? What game and which feelings did it play on? That's a good question, actually, because I have a few that I can that really come to mind. Um, First time I beat Super Mario RPG, when Geno and the whole party got the last star piece, and Geno went up back to the Star Road. Everybody kind of gathered together. It was really, really, really heartwarming, though. It was sad to see him go, but um, it was really happy though because you defeated Smithy. The world was back to normal. You know what I mean? Princess was back in her castle. She's not in anybody else's castle. Even Bowser got his castle back too, which was really cool. So yeah, the ending of Super Mario RPG was really good too. Secondly, in Final Fantasy VIII, and the ending when Squall and Renoa finally kiss. Around that time, whenever I finished Final Fantasy VIII, I was in 8th grade, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and she and I both played together. It was really, really cool though because I related to it though because it reminded me of my first date with her. Basically, it was really, really, really fun. Oh yeah, and my girlfriend at the time kind of looked like Renault as well too, so it was kind of cool. And I didn't have long hair either. My hair was short and kind of spiky too, so it looked like I had a fade. And let's see. Lastly, um, I think the one that hit me the most as far as emotions go, I would have to say Iris' death on Final Fantasy VII was what hit me the hardest, and I can relate to it because I read sometime during the middle of in the middle of Final Fantasy VII's development, Hironobu Sakaguchi lost his mother in the midst of the development, and it it really, really, really hit me though because I saw how much the emotion played on it though because when I finished disc one around that time, my grandmother passed away, and she was the first person that I really, really, really loved outside of my mom and dad. Um, but yeah, it was just amazing, just how much it played on you, especially whenever you see Iris die, and then you just take your rage out on Genova, and all the horrible things that Sephiroth says about Iris, and just completely ignores how humans feel as well. It's definitely hard hitting though. But I think the part that hit the hardest though are when you got Yuffie and Tifa in your party after you beat Genova. When Yuffie walks up to Iris' dead body, she pays respect because she's a ninja. She pays respects, she bows her head and walks up to Cloud, and she's holding in her strength. She's holding in her strength, and then she finally bursts into tears and hugs him and runs off. And when Tifa walks up to Iris, she goes up and she streaks her hair, just adoring her because, she's beautiful in life as she was in death. And then she holds her mouth up and then she runs off. The moment I saw that, I lost it. No doubt, no, I got no shame in admitting that though. And it was a nice little swan song though, because when Cloud picks her up and then puts her in the water for her to sink underneath though, she was just beautiful as she was alive and she wasn't dead. So yeah, those 3 moments right there really got me in the feels, if that makes sense. Let's see, the next question comes from Pink Rosebuds. I hold no hate over anything, excuse me, meaning I love nothing. What is it to be a juggalo or juggalette? Okay. Anyway, what is to be a juggalo or juggalette, and what is MMFWCL? A juggalo now has a textbook definition nowadays. Juggalo is usually defined as a dedicated fan of the Insane Clown Posse, but nowadays it's a group of fans, not dedicated fans to ICP, but to the Psychopathic Records label. Now, an MMFWCL is short for Much Motherfucking Wicked Clown Love. That's just a way of us juggalos and juggalettes just showing, love and respect to everybody else that we care about, or just saying hi, or just saying bye to everybody as well too. Because, when we walk up, when I was growing up, it was walking up saying, "What up, ninja?" Just stuff like that though. It's a little language, that juggalos kind of came up with though. So, and it doesn't matter if you're a juggalo or a juggalette though. That's just our way of just saying goodbye though. Because if we say it that way though, it means we like it. So, much motherfucking Wicked Clown Love, Pink Rosebuds. The next question comes from Team Fluttershy, and he asks, I gotta say, 972, I'm a bit jealous, homie. I ain't no faggot or nothing, but you about the only motherfucker I've seen that might be better looking than me. Well, thank you very much. Damn, I bet you get all the pussy all day, Lotus. Serious question, I'm really curious. You ever met a Ned that wouldn't let you hit it? And be honest. Let's see. I really appreciate the comment. Thank you. And with the whole, I ain't a faggot comment though, dude. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I looked at your profile picture, and I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing, but I think unicorns kick ass. But have I ever met a woman that would not let me have sex with her? Of course I have, actually. I may be a good-looking guy though, but women look to be with men though who they can invest time with. And let me put it this way, though. Not every woman that I meet, though, is going to be the kind of person that's going to want to give herself up, though. She's got to like, something about me, and that's mainly the personality. Because women look past looks, mainly for personality. Because I'll tell you right now, looks don't last forever, but a personality will last forever if you put the effort into it, though. Let's see. Yes, I've gotten my own. I've got my fair share. But as a gentleman, it's all about listening to her. You got to respect her wishes and make her feel comfortable about her being herself around you, most importantly though. I mean, not only that though, you've also got to make sure that you treat her as an equal, not as the dominant person in a relationship though. I mean, yeah, there are some I've had relationships where girls are very sexually confined to me, but at the same time no, they're also very immature, and that comes with experience though, because the only time you ever have to be dominant is learning how to lead them to you, not to mention lead them to you for you two to be equals. Because that's what it's about. That's what a relationship's about too. And if you've got that kind of relationship, I'll tell you this right now. Your woman will love you to the day you die, but that's only if you love her back. I mean, seriously, look at Kanye West, okay? Kanye West had to give a little bit of respect to Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian's a fucking idiot. And those were all the questions that were actually submitted, though. I do appreciate y'all who sent in the questions, though. Like I said, I wanted to promote dialogue between me and my subs, though, because I see how much support y'all give me. Not to mention all the support that y'all have, just support in general, though. Quite frankly, though, because I love each and every one of y'all, though. Because you take the time to listen to my uploads, you take the time to just take a look at my stupid videos of just me, sometimes even my sister just hanging out. You take the time though to comment and listen to the music that I love sharing with y'all, because as juggalos and juggalettes though, we are a family. We're brought together with an interest that we all have in common, and that's music. And then when it comes to music, though, you become a network, and you network as a family, though, and everybody, loves and respects others as well, too. And that's just me just doing it digitally. I never really see myself, being too famous, though, but um, I do, appreciate the fact that, y'all have taken the time to stop on my Google Plus page, stop on my Twitter page, comment on my videos, just taking your time, just to recognize me. And I'm just some guy. Just remember that. I'm very humbled by it, though, and I really, really, really love each and every one of y'all. Thank you again for helping me reach, just goals that I'm starting to go for. All I want to do, quite frankly, though, is expand this channel to do a little something, though, and that's one of the reasons why I started Juggalo972 Plays, because I've always wanted to do something like that. Because everybody that I meet or everybody that I see, online, just in the YouTube community, I meet a lot of jugglers who are gamers. I meet a lot of just random people who are gamers, because quite frankly, though, that's what I get along with. So, but anyway, thank each and every one of y'all who sent your questions. I really do appreciate it, and I had fun actually. Just having fun with this. You know what I mean? Because I think I'm gonna do this a little bit more. So, yeah, be on the lookout for the next Ask Juggalo972. Um, what can I say? I really have nothing else to say other than much love and peace.